Okay, so the other special form we can learn to factor is what Jamie suggested earlier, which is a, what words did Jamie? Perfect square trinomial. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to say this to you once in a while, right? If I walk by and I go, psst, it's not that I want your attention, it's that I want you to notice you're looking at a perfect square trinomial. Okay? So the way that thing works is that's, let's see, how does that work? Crap, totally forgot. Did you guys forget too? Okay, so let's figure it out. What's a perfect square trinomial look like? So if I played that other video backwards, I think I had square plus triangle squared, right? And if you FOIL this thing out, what do you get? What's your first times your first?
Square times square, or
Perfect.
square cube, or square, yeah, square.
Square squared.
Okay.
You guys see that? That's me thinking, like, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, this is square plus triangle times square plus triangle. Which looks a little bit like difference of squares, right? But isn't.
Because they're both additive, or
Yeah, they're both plus signs in the middle there. Okay, so I got square squared, and then what do I got?
Square triangle.
Okay, there's a square triangle from the O, and then from the I there's
Triangle square.
triangle square. Those are the same thing.
Right.
So there's 2 square triangle. You guys with me on that?
Uh-huh.
And then what's the last?
Triangle square.
Perfect. Triangle squared. Okay, so this is what a perfect square trinomial looks like. It looks like something squared on one end, something else squared on the other end, and 2 of the first thing times the second thing. You guys cool with this? You want an example?
Please.
Okay. Easy example, medium example. 4a squared plus 4ab plus b squared. Okay, so these get a little trickier to spot. These aren't as easy to spot as difference of squares, which is why I'm going to go around and say psst to you every now and then. Okay, because these are trickier. Okay, let me check. So suppose someone psst in my ear here, right? And I think this is a perfect square trinomial. So what do I think I have squared at the end here?
B.
There's b squared, right? Okay, so I'm just checking. Maybe b goes in for the triangle, right? B goes in for this triangle too, right? What goes in for square? What's squared up here?
2a.
You guys all see that?
Mhm.
It's not a, it's not 4a,
It's
2a, right? Because this thing's acting like parentheses, right? Okay, so what does that put in for for the square here in the middle?
Same thing.
Should put in a 2a, right? And now I should check. Okay, if I square 2a, right? So I take 2a, the quantity, square the whole thing. Do I get 4a squared?
yes.
Yes. Okay, if I take 2 times 2a times b, is that 4ab? Yep. And b squared is b squared. I designed that one, right? I designed these two to work. All you got to do is check if the middle one works. You guys see that?
And I'm sorry, and it's 2a because what's dictates it turning into a 2a?
Oh, this two.
This 4, I mean, what if it was an 8a squared? Would it be 4a's?
Then I would be in real trouble.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what I'm thinking is, what did I square to get that?
Right.
I'm
Okay.
kind of looking at this piece. Yeah. Let me do this. So I'm looking at 4a squared, and I'm
Right.
wondering, what did I square to get that? Well, it needed an a in it,
Right, and then 2 times 2 is
and then
4.
to get 4, I had to square 2. To get 8, there's not a convenient thing to square, right?
So it's I'm square rooting it down to
Yeah.
fit it in size.
Yeah, so this thing is the square root of 4. That
If
goes
it was
here.
a 9a squared, then it would be 3a.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. You guys good with that? So really, you're square rooting this whole business to put it in the box.
Okay, got it.
You guys, we don't do too much with square rooting in this class, so I don't want to dwell on that, but yeah. If you know square rooting, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. You guys cool? Have I finished this problem? Hell no. I was trying to factor this, right? So far, all I've done is confirm that this is in fact a perfect square trinomial, right?
Okay.
Once I know it's a perfect square trinomial, my life is pretty easy because I can just say, hey man, this thing that I started with, right? It's a perfect square trinomial. So I just put it in the perfect square trinomial form, right? So it's 2a plus b all squared. You guys see that? I carried my
Two things that you squared.
square and triangle thoughts from this side over to the other side. You guys see that? Okay, so it's worth having in your head the forms for difference of squares and perfect square trinomials. There's some other stuff in the factoring special forms section in your book that I do not care about. Cool. So for you guys, I want you to know, instantly recognize difference of squares. Probably try pretty hard to recognize PSDs. Okay, they happen. It's good if you can spot them. If you can't spot them, what else can you do with this? So if you want to factor this, what else could you do? You don't see the psst and nobody's around to help.
I could use AC method, can't
Yeah.
I now?
Use the AC method. It'll totally work.
Uh-huh.
Is it harder than noticing? I don't know. It depends on who you are. Cool? So when in doubt, try the AC method. It'll still work.
And also another question, would this, no, I guess it wouldn't. I mean, because you know how you could rearrange the AC method to work it?
Yeah, on this one it won't help.
Okay, it won't, okay.
Because on this you're going to get, right, when you
Right,
look at this,
need that.
you're going to get two numbers that multiply to 4 and add to 4. 2 and 2 are your only options.
Right, okay.
So rearranging them isn't going to do anything.
Okay.
That's actually a nice clue that this thing was a perfect square trinomial, is that rearranging it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Cool? All right.